Hello, this is David Calabrese with Technical Support, and welcome to Lumenite's Hands-On Help Series. In this series, you'll get all the tips and tricks to help you get the full potential out of your Lumenite product. Before we install the LDM software and set up the unit, we need to hook up the USB serial adapter. On one side of the adapter, there's a 6-pin connector. Plug in the 6-pin serial cable provided. The other end of the 6-pin serial connector plugs into the back of your LDM digital meter. On the other side of the USB serial adapter, plug in your USB-B male connector. Lastly, bring the other end of your USB cable to your computer and plug in the USB-A connector. Once the software has booted up, it will recognize the correct COM port. The software will come either on a CD-ROM or a USB flash memory card. Both can be opened by going to your File Explorer, depending on which one you have. They both act the same way when installing the software. So right here we see drive H, which is the CD-ROM drive. Here is the PDF manual for the LDM digital meter, and here's the software. So we're going to double click on the software. And the software is called Meter View Windows Installation. We're going to double click on that. So welcome to the Meter View Setup Wizard. This will guide you through all the steps to install the software. We're going to click Next here. It'll by default select your program folder, or you can choose what folder you want to install the software on. We are going to click Next and confirm installation. Then it will ask us if we want to allow the publisher to make changes. Yes, you need to do that in order to install the proper extension. So we're going to click yes there. Installation is pretty quick. We'll close both windows. And now you're ready to use your meter view. An icon will appear on your desktop with the Lumenite logo on it. That is your meter view alias. It will start the program. We're going to double click. Right now we're just going to set up a single meter, and then I'm going to take you through the basic steps so you can tell the meter to accept a 40-20 milliamp signal and also set the relays for on-off switching. We're going to click OK here. Okay, here's the home screen. Right now the meter does not have a 40-20 milliamp signal going into it. However, you can use it with a level transmitter, temperature transmitter, pressure transmitter. These green indicator boxes tell you the status of the relays. Right now the relays are de-energized, they are off. We are going to go here and right click on this box and click configure. Now it's going to ask you if you want to read the settings that are default on the meter. You want to do that. Let's see what the meter has on it first. This will take a few seconds. Okay. Download complete. And here's the main programming screen for the LDM. So input type. This can be used with a continuous 4-20. It can be used with a 0 to 10 volt input type. It'll deal with a thermocouple or an RTD. Once we have selected input type, go to scaling. This is where we're going to set up what the meter will read at what milliamp output. We start with 4 milliamps over here, and we have 20 milliamps on the second one. Now at 4 milliamps, the display, the way it's set right now, is going to read 0, and when it reaches 20 milliamps, it's going to reach 100. I have it set this way because our level transmitter has a 0 to 100% onboard display. However, you can pick whatever numbers you want to pick for this. I just changed it to 500, so when the meter is getting 20 milliamps, the display is going to read 500. You also have the option here to add decimals to the display. Next, we're going to move on to relays and names. Each LDM comes with 2 isolated sets of relay contacts. So 2 relays are on the inside. So from this screen you can click failsafe, which will energize the relays in the LDM on startup, or leave it unchecked. Automatic reset is what most people are going to use for relay operation. It automatically energizes and de-energizes depending on your set and reset point. That would be automatic. There are other options under this menu, for instance, alternating. This would come in handy if you had two separate pumps and you wanted to alternate between the two pumps. It acts as a pump alternator. Here we have our set point. Now the set point is where the relay is going to energize. So let's, for instance, you're doing a filling operation with one of our level transmitters. When the liquid drops below the low set point, the relay is going to de-energize. So normally closed will be closed and it will turn the pump on. When it reaches the high set point, 75, the relay will energize and turn the pump off. You can make this number whatever you want. So you could say 60 and maybe 30 at the bottom. These set points are based on the previous screen's 0 to 100% of tank full that we had entered, and it will turn on at 60%. The relay will energize and will de-energize at 30. You can also add a time delay, so once the meter is reading 60, it'll wait maybe 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and then the relay will change state. Over on the right here, here's the other relay. You can use both relays at the same time, or in this case I have this relay disabled, and it will set up exactly like relay number 1 over here. Advanced features, I'll cover that in another video. You should not have to touch those for basic operation. Now that we're finished with these, setting these up, we're going to write to meter. This will take a few seconds. Now if you were looking at the front of the meter, you would see it, the numbers blinking a little. That's just because it's receiving instructions. There's nothing to worry about. Now that we have it programmed, we exit, and we are ready to start using our LDM digital meter. There is one other section that you might want to look at. Right now we're reading minus 125 again because there's no 420 milliamp signal. However, if you right click and go to the bottom, you can customize this screen. Let's say for instance this is right now, it's reading Fahrenheit. You can show this, or you can uncheck the box and leave it blank. I'll show you what happens when I do this on the other page. So meter number 000, you could set this for LDM. "20 characters max." I just named it your LDM, and then I'm going to show it so you can see it on the main screen over here. We can also display different units of measure. As you can see, I typed in inches and clicked OK here, but by right-clicking and selecting Customize from the drop-down menu, you can also measure in feet. So we type in FT for feet. And then by repeating that process, you right-click, go to the drop-down Customize menu. We can do gallons, liters, millimeters, PSI, pounds of pressure per square inch, Fahrenheit for temperature, Celsius for temperature as well, milliamps, and lastly percent. If you look down here, you can also change the tags of the relays and the background color of the relays depending on if they're energized or de-energized. So now that we've set this, watch what happens. We're going to click OK and we're done. Setting up our home screen, it says your LDM, and over here percent full. At this point, you have completed general setup of the LDM digital meter. I hope you found this helpful. Keep checking our website, lumenite.com, for more help videos from our hands-on help series. Thank you and have a good day.